The laws of any state are broken, a duly authorized organization swings into action. It may be called the state police, state troopers, militia, the rangers, or the highway patrol. These are the stories of the men whose training, skill, and courage have enforced and preserved our state laws. Among crimes faced by peace officers everywhere is the mean crime of the confidence man who preys on the older, retired people with a small income. The confidence man rarely deals in murder, but on May 15th, the Highway Patrol was puzzled by an unusual case. Its solution would answer the question, when is a murder not a murder?
Hello, Mr. Gale.
Oh, hello, Fields. Matty tells me you want your money back, Gus.
That's right, Mr. Gale. I've been thinking. I've been talking to some people.
You know you weren't supposed to talk about the company.
Oh, I didn't say anything. But you told me I could get my money back any time I wanted it. And that $5,000 is all that I've got, besides my little farm.
Give him his money back, Paul. You shouldn't have taken him in on it in the first place.
I tell you what, Gus. I got a deal coming up in the morning. Before the day's out, we can double our money. What do you say to that?
Oh, just give me my money back. The people I was talking to said it sounded like a racket and that I should go to the police.
You sure you didn't talk about us, Gus?
Oh, I give you my word.
Your word's good enough for me, Gus. Come out back and I'll give you the cash. Right back here, Gus.
Why should I come out here for?
So you had to turn troublemaker. Now I'm going to show you what can happen to you in case you decide to go to the cops. Just shut up now. Get his money, Matty. Okay, Mr. Fields. Here's your money. Now pick it up and get out.
Paul, are you sure he's all right?
Sure, I hardly hit him.
Paul, he's dead. You've killed him.
Hardly hit him.
What are we going to do now?
We can't leave him here. Look, go out front and take care of the customers. I'll get him out of here. Now, just give me a few minutes, huh? And then meet me at the office. Take the money out of the safe.
secure in the false hope that Gus's body would not be found for several days, Paul Gale did not reckon with the always alert Highway Patrol and its constant vigilance along the highways throughout the nation. An alert Highway Patrol officer on a routine run of the area's back roads spotted a hat, Gus Field's hat, that Paul Gale, in his haste to cover up his crime, had inadvertently left near the road, just in view of the observant officer. Thus it was that the body of Gus Fields was found, putting into action the wheels of justice with a speed that was to confuse our criminals.
What happened?
I got rid of him. There's nothing to worry about.
The police are going to come to the restaurant. I know they are.
Now keep your head and there'll be no problem. You hid the money, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least safe here. Police might shake down your place.
Why'd you have to kill him?
All I did was hit him.
I know, but all you had to do was give him back his money.
I didn't. Now we have an extra 5,000.
What am I going to tell the police when they come?
Just tell them what a nice guy Gus was, how he came into the place, what he ate, period.
Paul, you're not going to go on with this racket.
Of course. Look, this is a good racket. The investors are really coming to me now.
But how long are you going to be able to give them 100% on their investments?
As long as the new suckers keep giving me money to pay the others off. When we get a couple of $100,000, we'll pull out and leave the state.
I don't know, Paul. I don't know.
Now, look, what are you worried about an old guy like Gus Fields for? Who's going to miss him? Well, let's go, huh?
Thought this report would bring you in, Dan.
Cause of death, heart failure.
Contributing causes, a blow on the chin, bruises, contusions on the back of the head.
You think somebody belted him?
It's logical. When he fell, he hit the back of his head. The cause of death was cardiac failure.
Well, why did they dump him on the side of the highway?
Well, they hit him, saw that he was dead, and they panicked because they thought they killed him.
It's the same thing as murder. The blow brought on a heart attack.
We'll leave that up to the jury. Right now, we got to find out who hit Gus and why.
Well, a lot of people knew Gus Fields and liked him. Might be tough digging out a reason for this.
Yeah, it's always tough. Anybody question the hired hand yet?
No, not yet, but he's out at the farm. Lang stopped and told him Gus was dead.
Okay, we'll start there.
Hi, Matty.
Hello, Mike.
Why would anyone want to hurt Gus?
Did the Highway Patrol say he was murdered?
Yeah, somebody threw him out of a car. Gus never hurt anybody.
What are you going to do with yourself now, Mike? You know, you can't work for Gus anymore.
Oh, at first I thought I'd move on. But then I changed my mind.
How come?
I'm going to stick around and find out who killed Gus.
Well, you know, if you need any money to go anywhere, you can count on me, Mike.
Oh, you're the best, Matty. But I'm going to see if I can help the police.
You know, it makes me kind of nervous being here all alone, and I could sure use some help if you wanted to work for me. And then if you came across anything suspicious, you could tell me about it.
Gee, you're swell, Matty. Don't worry about the dough, my meals, and I can sleep in back.
All right, Gus. You go get your things.
Okay, Matty. What are you guys doing here?
All right, take it easy. I'm Matthews, Highway Patrol.
Are you Mike Purdom?
Yes, sir.
I know, you didn't know who we were. Where you been, Mike?
Down at Maddie's. She runs a restaurant right down the road. Gus
We
and I
want to take a
used
look around, do you mind?
Not at all.
See what you can dig up, Ken. Do you know any reason why this should have happened?
No. No reason. Nobody could get mad at Gus.
Oh, what about his friends?
Oh, he had lots of friends.
Gus carrying much money with him?
No, he was a careful man. But he had money in the bank. He used to worry about whether it'd last. This farm never made more than its keep. And the dough he paid me.
Hey, take a look at this.
Yeah, he had $5,000 in the bank up to 5 days ago.
Any idea what he did with $5,000, Mike?
He never said anything about that to me. I know he wouldn't take any money out of the bank. He was a very careful man.
What about this restaurant? You say the owner was friendly with Gus.
Oh, Maddie, she's a nice lady. She's going to give me a job at the restaurant. That's why I came back here to pack my things.
How'd that happen?
Well, I was out of work, and since Gus is dead, and I thought I'd leave town, and she said she could find a place for me.
Take you long to get your stuff together?
Nope.
All right, we'll drive you to Maddie's.
Okay.
Well, Ken, we got a motive. Now we got to find out what guy wanted the $5,000 bad enough to give him a going over.
Yeah, maybe the bank asked him some questions. Sometimes they get a little worried when a depositor withdraws an account of that size.
Especially when the depositor's a nice guy like Gus Fields. All right. I know what you're thinking. We'll keep Mike covered. But I'll make you bet he didn't do it.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. $21.50 to headquarters.
Headquarters by?
Have one of the boys check the city bank. See why Gus Fields drew out $5,000. 10-4?
10-4. Hello.
Paul, it's me. Looks like I'm going to have company pretty soon. The police are watching the place.
Well, look, Maddie, we expected it. There's nothing to worry about. Oh, look, they've got nothing to work on.
I don't care. I just want to get out of here now. Let's leave now.
Well, maybe you're right. I'll drop over to your place in a little while.
Hurry, Paul.
Waiting while headquarters gathered more pertinent information, Dan Matthews and Ken Williams chatted amiably with old Mike Purdom, testing him, satisfying themselves that he was not the killer of Gus Fields, not knowing that an anxious and worried Matty was feeling the first real pangs of fear, a fear caught by the sharp con man, Paul Gale.
Well, headquarters checked the bank. Seems Fields found a way to double his money, or thought he did.
Sure. I'd like to find a way to do that.
Me too.
Hi.
Hi, Mike.
I'm back, Maddie.
I see you got a ride.
Yeah, I sure did. Hitchhiked. I'll fix a spot in the kitchen to sleep.
All right, Mike. And while you're there, you know there's some dishes you might get started on.
Gee, I'm gonna like working here, Maddie. And so would Gus. Thanks a lot.
Paul Gale, with the con man's brass and bluff, flaunted the police to sit in with Matty in case of questioning, in case of Matty's breakdown, in case he had to use his gun. Matthews and Williams waited for more information from the headquarters check before questioning a very worried Matty.
What's he doing here?
I hired him. I thought maybe Gus might have talked to him. Paul, look out there.
Look, if they come in here, they're just digging for information. Checking on everybody that might know Gus. Better fix me something to eat.
I hope they don't come in here, because I'm scared.
Don't worry. If they come too close, I got a gun, too.
A frightened Matty and a now trigger-happy Gale waited tensely for the two police officers. And in an ironic circumstance, Matthews, in turn, had no idea he was only a few feet from the man he was hunting.
I'm Matthews, Highway Patrol.
Oh, yes, I was expecting the police.
You're a good friend of Gus Fields, aren't you?
Well, he came in here.
Was he in this morning?
Gee, I was awfully busy. I can't really be sure.
Can you remember if there was someone with him?
Honest, I'm not even sure he came in.
Gus used to tell you a lot of things. Did he ever mention any investments?
Investments? Gus?
Hey, drew all of his money out of the bank. Invested it in something they said would give him a return of 100% on his money in 60 days.
100% profit? Oh, boy, I'd like a deal like that.
Check, please.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Who was the guy just left here?
Paul Gale?
What does he do?
Oh, I don't really know. He comes in here. I guess he's got a business of some kind. I make it a point never to know too much about my customers.
Okay, thanks. Something's going on in there.
Yeah, she sure was nervous.
What do you know about this Gale?
Oh, nothing. But his office must be near here. He walked from the restaurant.
Looks to me like she didn't want him to leave. She was scared the way she kept looking after him. Then there was that satchel behind the counter.
What do you want to do?
You stay here and keep an eye on her. I'm going to check Gale's office.
Hello.
Hello, Matty. How'd it go?
Oh, fine. They just left. Where are you?
I'm in a phone booth. I can't come for you now. There's a cop across the street planted in a car.
Why would they put a stake out here? I didn't tell them anything.
Didn't tell him about me, did you?
Well, the big one asked who you were, that's all.
That's all. Look, the money's in the satchel. Now watch it very carefully. I'll sit tight and I'll get in touch with you later.
Well, Matty's still inside. Did you find Gale?
He had an office there, all right, but he's gone. The office is cleaned out.
Looks like we found something.
Let's go talk to Matty again. Maybe she can tell us more than she did. Where'd Gale go?
Well, I don't know. I told you when a customer leaves here, that's it.
I think you do know, because you're in this con game with him.
You're kidding.
Matty, we think whoever's heading this swindle's the person that killed Gus. You don't get involved in murder, do you?
Well, I don't know anything about all
Whose
that.
briefcase is this?
It's mine.
All right, Matty, open it. Come on, open it. Oh, Gale's stationery. For a guy you hardly knew, he trusted you an awful lot.
I don't know anything about all that. It's Paul Gale's
Is he
stuff.
coming back for this?
I don't know.
I'll call headquarters. Tell them to pick up Gale. We want him for questioning.
Right.
Hiya, Mr. Gale.
Hi, Mike.
What's wrong?
I want you to do me a favor, Mike. Make yourself a fast $10.
$10? Are you kidding me, Mr. Gale?
Never more serious in my life. Do you know my green sedan?
Yeah?
Well, it's parked in front of Maddie's. I want you to get it and bring it back here to me.
You'd give me $10 for that?
Well, I told you I would.
Why don't you get it yourself?
Well, tell you the truth, Mike, Maddie and I had a little argument. I wanted to cool off before she sees me.
Oh, I get it. Okay, Mr. Gale. I'll get it for you.
Good. I'll wait for you right here.
Okay, Mr. Gale.
What are you protecting Gale for? He's probably run out on you.
But I told you, I'm not protecting him. I don't know anything about his business.
Did he kill Gus?
I don't know. I've told you, I don't know anything about all this.
Where are you going?
Let me go. That's his car. He's leaving without me. What do you want to know?
You stay right here. We'll be back. All right, hold it! Cover the front.
Paul, we'll never make it.
I'll make it, but you won't.
Paul, you've got to take me with you.
Slow me down.
Gale! Throw down your gun and come out with your hands up!
All right, Gale, it's all over. Put up your hands and throw out your gun. You're going to get hurt.
We'll see who gets hurt. Now, both of you throw your guns out and stay here until I get out of here, unless you want to see Maddie get shot.
No, Paul, don't.
Shut up, Maddie. They'll let me out of here, I'll kill you. They'll let me out.
What are you going to do, Gale? Kill everything you see? Come on, get smart. Give up.
I told you, throw out your guns and put your hands up.
Did he kill Gus, Mr. Matthews?
Yeah, I killed Gus. In about 3 seconds, I'll kill Maddie unless you let me walk out of here.
Gus thought you were his friend, Mr. Gale. Why did you kill him?
Let me out! Come on, get out! Stay under cover!
All right, you smart cop. Make your decision or I'll let her have it.
Do what he says, Ken. You keep an eye on these two. I'll send for an ambulance. Oh, by the way, Fields died of a heart attack. I hope you'll be with us next week. Until then, remember, no matter how new, the safest device in your car is you. This is Broderick Crawford saying, see you next week.
Whenever the laws of any state are broken, a duly authorized organization swings into action. It may be called the state police, state troopers, militia, the rangers, or the highway patrol. These are the stories of the men whose training, skill, and courage have enforced and preserved our state laws. large and small, are bound together by more than 3 million miles of roads and highways. It is the responsibility of the Highway Patrol to safeguard the rights of citizens to free, safe, and unrestricted use of these millions of miles of thoroughfare. To most Americans, the highways lead to jobs, to vacation spots, or to families and homes. To a very few, like Stan Warren, a highway is not a means of approach. It is an avenue of escape.
Sorry, I didn't hear you drive up. I had my radio on. Fill her up for you?
You guessed it. Say, could you tell me the best way to get to Huntington?
Huntington? Your best bet is stay on this dirt road till you get to 19 and turn north. You'll see the road markers.
Well, I'd appreciate a road map if you have one.
Now, we only got some wildflower maps.
Wildflower maps?
Oh, I guess you're a tourist. Yeah, they show places on the deserts you can see wildflowers, but they don't show Huntington. Won't do you much good.
Oh. Well, let me have one anyway. After I pick the wife up at Huntington, we might drive back over the desert next week on our way home.
Oh, sure. Yeah, there's something to see, so they tell me. Personally, I wouldn't know a wildflower if it bit me.
You and me both. But the wife will get a big kick out of the trip.
$3 each. Out of 5. And there's your map. Hope you and your wife enjoy the trip.
I'm sure we will. Thank you very much.
The Highway Patrol has released the following description of Stan Warren, wanted for questioning in the murder of Virginia Dorn. Warren is 5 feet 11 and weighs about 160 pounds. He's described as being habitually well-dressed and well-groomed. He's probably armed and dangerous. The suspect may be driving a two-tone convertible, license number 2S68040. If you have reason to believe you've seen this man, contact your local police, sheriff's office, or highway patrol. On the national scene, the department...
Operator, give me the highway patrol.
Station attendant advises that the suspect headed east toward Highway 19.
10-4. Put out an emergency APB. Alert all units at Huntington, Red Rock, and Bitter Creek.
10-4.
You know, that description fits Warren in the car cinches it.
Yeah, but according to the report, the lieutenant said that the man wasn't in any hurry. What's all this chit-chat about wildflower maps and his wife in Huntington? Warren isn't married.
No, he hasn't had time. But he's gonna lie. He's smooth and sharp. He's got to be a con man.
Con man turned murderer.
All right, he won't move too fast. That'll create suspicion. Look, if he says he's going to Huntington, that's the last place he's going to go.
With radio stations cooperating with the Highway Patrol, the fugitive inevitably learned that his description and that of his car was being broadcast throughout the state. He knew that his escape, even from this relatively unpatrolled area, depended upon a quick and unexpected change in tactics. In this part of the state, the advantage lay with the fugitive killer. He alone knew which of the many routes toward freedom he would take. And the Highway Patrol could not hope to block all possible avenues of escape.
I've lived around here in Empire Valley all my life. I never heard of fish on the desert before.
All this area used to be an inland sea, hundreds of millions of years ago.
Yes, we're looking for fossils. Fossils? Oh, you mean them big monsters, like in the movies, huh?
Well, you're probably thinking of dinosaurs. The fish fossils that we're looking for came much earlier, during the Devonian period.
Oh, yeah. Excuse me. Number 2 and 4 is all we got. Your special's all gone.
Well, I'll take number 4.
You fellow scientists?
Not exactly. We teach at a university.
You do? Guess you're on an expedition, huh?
Oh, I'd hardly call it that. Some people go deer hunting on weekends. My friend and I decided to come out here to the desert and dig for fossils.
It's sort of a postman's holiday.
Oh, how do you know where to dig?
Mostly guesswork. But we heard of a place a few miles off the highway that sounds promising. What do you do for a living, Mr.
Martin. Sam Martin. I'm just a short order cook. On my way to a job in Morrisburg. Not due till Wednesday.
Oh, well, this is Professor Lamont. My name's Gordon Ryan.
Mr. Ryan is an instructor at the same university I'm with. He'll be a professor next year.
Hey, that's swell.
You said you're going out in the desert for a weekend. I was just thinking. I could cook for you. Help lug your gear.
Maybe drive for you?
I admit that neither Ryan or I look forward to my cooking, Mr. Martin. But it doesn't sound like very much fun for you.
Sure will be. Gosh, I've never seen real scientists before.
All right, Mr. Martin. Go ahead and finish your lunch. And you can join our expedition.
Headquarters to 2150.
2150 by.
2360 advises that a motorist reported a man and vehicle fitting the broadcast description heading east through Empire Valley.
What was the time of the sighting?
Approximately 1330.
It's about 40 minutes ago.
2360 advised that the witness flagged down the first patrol car he saw.
10-4. You know, Empire Valley's a good bet for Warren. With that 40-minute start, he can get out of the state a dozen ways. He's smart enough to make a switch, too. 2150 to headquarters.
Headquarters, go ahead.
I'm turning off on 17, heading for Empire Valley.
Thinly scattered patrol units covered the highways. Stan Warren plowed through the desert wasteland, seeking a new route of escape.
Say, Professor, you know anything about these roads the other side of the fossil beds? Where do they lead?
Some of them lead into the mountains, and several connect with main highways.
Across the state line?
Yes. That's why Ryan and I came this way. So we wouldn't be confused by that network of roads.
Uh-huh. It's been pretty rough going the past couple of miles. Wouldn't hurt for us to take a little break. Hey, that's a good idea. I'm ready, gentlemen. Now get this. This is loaded, and I'm not kidding. Do what you're told, and nobody will get hurt.
Martin,
Here. Tie up your friend. Ryan, lie down on the ground. Go on. Are you out of your mind? I said lie down. All right, Lamont, tie him up. Turn over with your hands behind your back. Go on, Lamont, tie him up. If you don't tie him, I shoot him. Now take your choice.
Intensified search in the Empire Valley region brought one result: the discovery of Stan Warren's car.
Well, how about this? He changed clothes and probably cars. Either that or he's still looking for one. Probably still in the area. Let's go.
2150 to headquarters.
Headquarters, go ahead, 2150.
Suspect's car is on the outskirts of 3 wells, apparently abandoned. Put out an APB to Empire Valley units to examine the occupants of all cars heading east out of the valley.
Very good, Professor. You get a PhD in knot tying. Now get in, you're driving.
Martin, or whoever you are, you can't leave him here.
I can't take both of you. And with you with me, Lamont, the cops won't shoot.
This is murder to leave him here, just as much as if you shot him.
He'll be able to work his way out of those ropes in a couple of hours. Now let's get going. Come on, let's get this thing moving.
Professor Lamont as hostage, headed across the desert, leaving behind him a man bound and helpless. Following the discovery of the abandoned car, a methodical check was made in the small town of 3 Wells as the search continued for the murder suspect.
Ever seen this man before?
No, never saw him before in my life.
Take a good look, would he? Think who's been in here today. He might have been pretty well dressed up. I'd say he's about 5 feet 9, 165 pounds.
Wait a minute, that face is familiar now. About so tall?
Yeah, that's right. Then you have seen him.
Yeah. His face and hands were dirty. He looked like he'd been working on a car or something.
What was he wearing?
Work clothes. Brown, sort of. And a jacket.
How long ago did he leave?
About an hour ago. With 2 fellas.
What 2 fellas?
A couple of college guys.
Were they students?
Gosh, no. Professors. He drove off with them.
Did they say where they were going?
Out the desert's all I know. You know, it seemed awful strange to me.
Why do you say that?
We were going out to look for fish bones. Fish bones in the desert? That's the man, all right. I'm sure now.
Thanks. Thanks very much. You know, if he heads out across the desert with the units we got, we can't possibly cover him.
He'll make for the state line, sure. He's got a choice of a dozen roads. Block one on either side of the line, and he'll head for another. Those 2 men with him were stymied.
Yeah.
All right, Professor. Which way to the road?
About a quarter of a mile that way.
You sure?
Yes?
Now get this and get it straight. The sooner I get to where those roads branch off, the sooner you get turned loose. Then you can save your pal back there. If I wanted him to die, I would have shot him. Save me and you save Ryan. Got it, Professor?
He's traveling with 2 men. At the moment, we feel that he's wearing work clothes. Will you contact Helicopter Unit 141? Tell them we're at 3 Wells. Have them pick us up on the west side of town.
Moving down there except a coyote.
Not the one we're after. Helicopter 141 to headquarters.
Headquarters to helicopter. Go ahead.
Request information on units patrolling state line checkpoints.
Reports negative.
I'm 2 miles north of Highway 40. I'll continue search.
10-4.
I can make another pass over this area. I thought I saw something that looked like car tracks.
See those tracks here?
No. I see something else that's white and it's moving. That's a man signaling. Turn it down.
Quickly told what he had overheard of Stan Warren's plan of escape and of his probable course across the desert.
You sure you're all right?
Yeah, I'm okay. But that guy's got Steve. You got to do something.
Well, there's 3 in the copter already. There's not room for anybody else. Suppose you walk to the highway. I'll have a patrol car pick you up. Can you make it?
That's fine. Don't worry about me. Just help Lamont.
Okay, thanks. Can't be very far away now. That's the first road he'd hit coming out of the desert.
Yeah, but which way would he go?
East. That's the only way to get him out of the state. That's his best bet. Follow the road east.
Looks like them up the road there.
Yeah. Warren and Lamont, all right. Fits Ryan's description exactly. Circle out away from the road, but keep him in sight. If we get too close, Warren will know we're after him.
How are we going to stop him? He's got Lamont.
An obstruction that doesn't look like we set it up. That's what we need. That truck, when it's around the curve, it'll be out of Warren's view. Circle all around that hill. Keep out of Warren's sight. We'll stop the truck and use it as a roadblock. Dylan and I can hide in it. And you take off fast. Get the copter up and away from the road.
Oh, I get it. The stalled truck will get Warren out.
When he's clear of Lamont, we'll nab him.
Sounds okay to me.
We could hover over and maybe you could drop into it. You feel acrobatic?
Sure.
Okay, you're elected. Good luck. Approach your truck from the rear. You all set?
All set.
All right, you know what to do. As soon as Warren's in the clear, we'll come back and cover you. your hands on top of your head and keep them there.
That officer in the truck, I think he's...
Yeah, thanks, Professor. We found Mr. Ryan. He's okay. Slide in. We'll get out of the truck. You had a rough one this time, didn't you?
Just a nick.
Tell you what I'll do with you. Keep you up the stunt detail for a while, huh? Both of you, take off for Holbrook Hospital. Sir, I'm Matthews, Highway Patrol. Thanks so much for your cooperation. You've been very kind.
Glad to have helped.
Next week's Highway Patrol story is a very unusual one. I hope you'll be with us. Until then, remember, it isn't the car that kills, it's the driver. This is Bradley Crawford saying, see you next week.
Journey back to the village of Mayberry for Andy Griffith. Weekday mornings at 11:30 here in the Time Warp on CKBR.
Whenever the laws of any state are broken, a duly authorized organization swings into action. It may be called the state police, state troopers, militia, the rangers, or the highway patrol. These are the stories of the men whose training, skill, and courage have enforced and preserved our state laws. One of the routine duties of the Highway Patrol is to ensure the safety and protection of the ordinary traveler on the public highway. But on September 2nd, the most amazing coincidence ever encountered by the Highway Patrol took place. Because of a strange case of mistaken identity, John and Martha Coulter, innocent travelers, were marked for violent attack. At the moment, they were carefree, happy, unworried. But by a twist of fate, they were even then being marked.
Honey, I think I'll run up to the filling station and have it done.
All right, John. It'll give me a chance to freshen up a little before dinner.
Look, do you want me to bring the bags in before I leave?
No, I don't need them. You can bring them in when you come back.
Well, I'll just drop the tire off and leave it. We can pick it up on the way out tomorrow.
All right, dear. But remember, this is our first vacation together in over 7 years, and I don't want to spend any of it alone. So hurry.
Oh, you know, it seems like a second honeymoon. After all these years not having the children along, huh?
You deserve this vacation, John. You've worked so hard these past years, putting Margie and Johnny through college. What with me in the hospital so much, it hasn't been easy on you.
You know something, Martha? I love you. I'll be right back. Goodbye.
Oh, well.
Where are the diamonds?
Well, what?
Office? I'm sorry to bother you again, but I just don't understand it. My husband should have been back long ago. Maybe something's happened. You better give me the police.
Highway Patrol, Officer Larrabee. Yes, ma'am. Can you give me a description of the car, please? Yes, I have it. But don't you think you should give him some more time?
Oh, I know my husband. When he says 5 minutes, he doesn't mean an hour.
All right, Mrs. Calder. I'll see if we can locate him. Headquarters to 3310.
3310 to headquarters.
What's up? Worried wife. Check the service stations in the vicinity of the Pinewood Motel for a John Coulter driving a gray sedan, license Illinois 888313. Repeat, Illinois 888313. All right, come on. Wake up. Wake up. Let's go. Shut up. Come on.
Hello. Hello. Officer Larrabee? I'm sorry to bother you again, but he still hasn't come back.
No, we've had no report of an accident, and I've already alerted the patrol unit in that area.
3310 to headquarters.
I understand, Mrs. Calder, and how you feel. Yes, ma'am. Can you hold on a minute, please?
Headquarters, bye.
found the car, all right. The registration in the name of John Coulter. Farmer passing through here spotted it. Car and everything in it's been gone through. No sign of Coulter. 10-4?
10-4. Did you hear that?
What shall I tell her?
So we found her husband's car. We'll call her when we hear more.
Mrs. Coulter, we've just received information that your husband...
Look, mister, you can only go so far playing dumb. That gray sedan is yours, isn't it?
Yes,
And you're from Chicago, aren't you?
Yes.
And you pulled into the Pinewood Motel this morning, didn't you?
But,
Then where are the diamonds?
please, I don't know what you're talking about. No!
Where are they?
Somebody was sure looking for something.
Couldn't find it, so they took Coulter.
That's the way I'd figure.
I called in for the lab men. They might turn up some prints.
What about the guy that owned the other car?
No help. I sent him home.
Oh, that's fine. Search the woods. You might find a body. If you want me, I'll be at the Pinewood Motel. I want to talk to Mrs. Coulter.
Yes, sir.
Search by officers and auxiliaries of the Highway Patrol failed to turn up John Coulter, either dead or alive.
If you'd only listen to me, please. I'm a cabinet maker. I can prove it. There's things in my car that...
We're not going back to your car,
but
mister.
my wallet here. Look in my wallet. My union card. I'm a cabinet maker. I know nothing about diamonds. Would I have a union card? There'd be no reason for it. No. I'm a cabinet maker. Furniture. Tables and chairs, please.
Just could be.
It's the truth.
Well, I'm going to find out.
What are you going to do?
That's pretty obvious, isn't it?
Oh.
I'm going to tie you up. Then I'm going to make a phone call. And heaven help you if you're lying.
Please.
But I don't understand. If somebody stopped John to rob him, why did they take him away?
That's why I want to find out what was in the car.
Just our luggage, what anybody would take on a pleasure trip.
How about money?
Traveler's checks. My husband doesn't carry cash.
What business is your husband in?
He's a cabinet maker, mostly hand-carved pieces.
Is he employed?
Yes, by the Leonardo Company of Evanston, Illinois, for 20 years now. We're on our vacation, our first... Mr. Matthews, why did they take him?
Have you got a picture of him?
It's in my purse.
Where'd you get it, please? Highway Patrol Headquarters, please.
It isn't a very good one.
Well, that'll do fine. Hello, this is Matthews. Check the Chicago police on a John Coulter, cabinet maker, employed by Leonardo Company in Evanston. What's that? Okay, check that, too. I know this is a silly thing to say, but I'll try not to worry you.
Our reservation's for the same room I had last time, number 10. Don't let them switch it. As we used to say when we were kids, do you see anything green? Say, what is this anyway?
You just checking in?
Yeah, from Phoenix, Denver, Kansas City. I come from Chicago. Why?
Oh, I'm sorry. Matthews, Highway Patrol.
I'm Harry Barlow.
$21.50 to headquarters.
Go ahead, 2150.
I want a stakeout at the Pinewood Motel. I'm coming back to headquarters. 10-4?
10-4.
Sure, Dixon, I heard you, but that doesn't change it. You must have given me the wrong license number. I said 888-113, not 313. Yeah, but the same kind of car. Listen, you got the wrong man. Go and get the right one. But maybe I'm hot. The cops are probably looking for the guy I took. Anybody see you take him? No. Where have you got him? He's stashed away in the woods. Well, then it's working for you. The police are looking for the man you took. Now, look, my partner's scheduled to leave the Pinewood in the morning. He's due at Lake City at 3 p.m. Now, he'll be easy to pick off anywhere between Pinewood and Lake City. Maybe, but I don't know. Remember our deal. Payment on delivery.
I'll see you in an hour. Thanks very much.
Search details covered 5 square miles. No Coulter.
3310, wide and search. 10-4?
10-4.
Give me Barlow on the phone right away.
Mr. Barlow, Can you hold on just a moment, please? Dan Matthews, the Highway Patrol.
See if the sheriff is here yet. Well, Mr. Barlow, I've just received a teletype from the Chicago police. Do you have a customer in Clifton? Oh, it's about 5 miles from your motel. The address is 175 4th Street in Clifton.
Clifton? No, I don't think we have any customer there. Why?
Well, the report says your partner made 2 phone calls to Clifton and received 4 from public phone booths in this area. That was in the past 2 weeks.
Sure we have no customer there. Al hasn't any relatives or friends in this part of the country, or, well, I'd have known about them.
Yeah, I'll check it and get back to you. Thanks.
Deputy Sheriff's here now.
Check this out for me. Tell the stake out of the Pinewood Hotel I'm on my way.
Mr. Matthews.
Oh, thanks for helping me out on this case, Sheriff.
Still only deputy.
Larrabee brief you?
On the phone, the Coulter case, he said. That you need me as a decoy. Will I do?
Yeah, fine. We might not be decoying anybody. The guy we want might be 1,000 miles away by now.
Or he might make another try for the diamonds, you think?
Well, it's a possibility. If he does, well, we want to be around. Might get rough.
I'm forewarned.
And armed, I hope.
Tommy gun.
Let's go. Pinewood Motel.
My wife went over to stay with Mrs. Coulter about an hour ago.
No one else saw her go?
No one. Look, isn't this liable to be a little dangerous, this decoy business, especially for you, ma'am? Why don't I just leave for Lake City on schedule with the police escort?
We're after the man who kidnapped Coulter. We've got to get him out in the open. He can tell us where Coulter is.
Oh, yes, I see. I'm sorry. I guess I was thinking more about my diamonds.
Let's see, it's 9:30. If you were to arrive in Lake City by 3, you'd leave now, wouldn't you?
Yes.
I'm sure the guy we're after knows that, too. I hope he makes a try. Let me have the keys to your car.
This is the key to the ignition.
Thanks. Now the briefcase.
The diamonds are still in the motel safe.
You all set?
The bags are all ready for you.
Thanks for helping. Good luck. We'll need it.
Carrying the Barlow luggage and his portable radio transmitter, Matthews and Deputy Sheriff Warren gambled that the criminal would be caught in their trap.
To headquarters.
Go ahead, 2150.
I'm 10 miles west of Pinewood Motel on County Road 22. I'm en route to Lake City. Our patrol unit's in position to render assistance.
Affirmative.
10-4.
In the mirror, car coming up fast behind.
Throw out the diamonds. Drop your gun. We're the police. I'm going after him. Alert headquarters. Throw down your gun. You're back on the highway. I haven't got a chance.
All I need is a car, cop. I'll get me one.
Throw it down.
I got one left, cop, and it's for you.
Throw down that gun.
Where's Calder?
Who's Calder?
Where is he? Come on, don't make it murder.
He's in a clearing off Highway 22, up a dirt road about 10 miles south of Pinewood.
Call headquarters. Tell them for Mrs. Calder.
It's a guy Dixon in Chicago got me into this.
Don't worry about it. You'll have plenty of time to talk the whole thing over with him. Move. See Highway Patrol again next week. Until then, remember, it isn't what you drive, but how you drive that counts. This is Broderick Crawford saying, see you next week.
Whenever the laws of any state are broken, a duly authorized organization swings into action. It may be called the state police, state troopers, militia, the rangers, or the highway patrol. These are the stories of the men whose training, skill, and courage have enforced and preserved our state laws. A gun is made for one purpose, to kill. The Highway Patrol, the Armed Forces, the police, and veteran sportsmen all stress this grim fact. But in the careless hands of a novice, a gun too often becomes a plaything. When that happens, tragedy is close at hand. Here were all the ingredients for such a tragedy. A present from a doting father to his son. A new .22 rifle with no instruction. Considered safe because it was empty.
Stick 'em up. Bang, bang, you're dead.
Hey, that's a real gun. Oh, man, a real gun.
Of course it is. What'd you think it was?
Where'd you get it, Chet?
My dad bought it for me.
I bet he doesn't know you're playing with it, though.
He doesn't care. He told me I could.
I did not.
He did so. Real parents aren't like foster parents, you know.
Well, Mr. and Mrs. Nelson are okay. Hey, you got any bullets for it?
Not yet, but I will have.
Come on, let me just look at it, huh?
No, you don't know anything about it. You might bust it.
I know as much about real guns as you.
Yeah, I suppose you've got one.
Yes, I have.
Prove it. Huh, you can't prove it. You haven't got a gun or anything else. You're just a big mouth.
All right, I will prove it. I've got a gun, and bullets, too. I'll show you. Well, here it is, see? And bullets, too. Almost a whole box of them.
What kind of a .22 is that?
Oh, it's just a .22.
What's that for?
I think that's how you open it.
Mine's not like that. Mine's a pump.
I like mine better. Boy, this is keen. I bet I could hit her. Hey, those are my bullets. Give them back.
I will. I just want to see how this works.
Better be careful, Chet. Better take those out of there.
All I have to do is pull this up and they'll come out.
I didn't do it, Mrs. Bates. Chet, he... Chet! Oh! Oh!
Ruth, what happened? Chet's been shot. Danny shot him. Oh, no. Well, I'll get help. Oh, baby. Oh, Chet.
Highway Patrol, Hoffman speaking. What's the address? Yes, ma'am, we'll send an ambulance.
Ambulance for what?
Shooting at 477 Frontier Drive, Mountain View. The victim is a 10-year-old boy.
Who's the nearest unit?
Garvey.
Send him over. I'll meet him there.
Yes, sir.
Now, Ruth, come on. The ambulance will be here soon. I've called Lyle. He's coming home right away.
Oh, my boy, my boy.
I know. But please don't let him see you be so upset. It'll make him feel worse. Try not...
Matthews Highway Patrol. When did it happen?
Just a few minutes ago. I didn't know whether to move him or not. This is his mother, Mrs. Bates. Ruth.
You better take her back to the house.
Oh, thank you. Come on.
How bad?
He's alive.
How did it happen?
I don't know yet.
You stay with him. By the way, is that the rifle?
Yeah.
I'll check it.
Right.
Ruth, he's going to be all right. The ambulance will come. We'll get him to the hospital. He's going to be all...
Tell me exactly what happened.
Ruth! Ruth! Oh, she's in here, Lyle. That's his father. I called him.
You found the boy?
No, I heard the shot. Then I heard Ruth scream. And then I ran into the garage, and there she was with Chet.
You live next door?
Yes, I do.
Ruth, how did it happen? How? There were no shells for that gun. It was empty.
Danny Sears did it.
Danny, that orphan kid.
Yes, I heard a gun go off. I came out and caught Danny running out of the garage. He had a rifle. Then I saw Chet. Danny just turned and ran.
Mary, I knew he'd cause trouble. An orphan. You had no right to bring him into this neighborhood. You didn't know what kind of a kid he'd be. Vicious, no good. Well, he's going to pay for this.
All right, take it easy, Bates.
Look, he shot my son. I want him found and punished.
Let us handle this, will you?
The ambulance.
I'll get an APB out on the boy. Will you describe him?
Oh, yes, sir, I will. He's a blonde boy.
Not to me, to the officer, please. Matthews, APB on the Sears kid. Here's the description. Hold on.
He's a blonde boy with brown eyes. He's 10 years old. He weighs 80 pounds.
Mrs. Bates went along in the ambulance. Husband's inside. He's pretty broken up. You want to talk to him?
No. Has he got any idea where the boy might be?
Just the woods.
What about the gun?
There's a spent round in the chamber and a live one in the tube. Safety was off.
Oh, Mr. Matthews, come in.
Thank you. Danny's a foster child here, isn't he?
Yes, he's been with us for 2 months. He's a very good boy, Mr. Matthews.
Where'd you get the rifle?
Oh, I'm afraid it's my husband's. It was in that closet on the shelf, but it's gone.
What about the shells?
They were in a box on the shelf, too. They're gone. I have told Danny not to play with that gun, that he was too young, but it's the first time he's ever disobeyed.
With a rifle. It only takes once. Did he have reason to disobey?
Well, I don't know how you feel, but I think he did.
What do you mean?
Danny's been up for adoption for 8 years. He never got it. Instead, he's been moved from one foster home to another. The welfare department gives $55 a month for board and keep, and $10 for clothing and spending money.
Well, that spreads it pretty thin to cover necessities.
Yes, especially when his playmates have everything. It's hard for Danny to realize that he's as important as they are. I think that's why he took the gun, Mr. Matthews, to feel as important as Chet Bates. But Danny wouldn't shoot anybody, not Danny.
Well, you see, anybody with a gun and ammunition can shoot somebody.
But not intentionally.
Why did he run?
No matter how this happened, it was a terrible crisis. And Danny is all alone. He hasn't got one single person in the world that he feels he can trust. Not one. That he thinks will listen to him and believe what he has to say. Not even me. You see, a boy builds this kind of faith slowly, Mr. Matthews. In the meantime, he runs.
When I was a kid, I had a hiding place. You think Danny might have one in the woods, maybe?
Maybe, I don't know.
Or a former home he might try to get back to.
Oh, no, not that, I'm sure.
Your foster parent license says nothing about love or understanding. But, well, you've given Danny more than most kids have ever had.
Oh, Lyle. Have you heard from the hospital yet?
No. That's not why I'm here, Mary. I want to know why Mr. Matthews was in here chatting with you when he knew that boy was getting away in the woods. My wife told him.
Lyle, won't you sit down, please? Look, both of our boys are in desperate trouble. The least we can do is keep our heads. I can't tell you how I feel about this terrible accident, but...
Accident? That was no accident, Mary. Danny shot Chet.
We don't know that.
My wife saw him. He had a gun.
So did Chet.
Chet's gun had no ammunition, Mary. Chet's gun was harmless. What happened over there was done by a violent, irresponsible boy with no background, no home. A vicious brat so jealous of decent people he had to get even.
You stop that. You have no right to talk about my boy that way.
Right. No right when my boy's dying. I just remembered something, Mary. Chet took me up in those woods and showed me where he and Danny play.
Where? We've got to tell Mr. Matthews.
Oh, no. I'm going after Danny myself right now. He has to be punished, Mary. And if I have to, I'll kill him.
When the message was relayed to Dan Matthews that the wounded boy's father had gone after Danny with a threat to kill him, he knew Danny must be found before Bates got to him. But the odds were discouraging. The Highway Patrol was faced with searching the entire area, while chances were good the distraught father could go directly to where Danny was hiding.
How much of this ground has been covered?
Johnson's working this end. He should be about here now. Turner's in this area about here.
Okay, I'll tell you what. You take this road to the junction, then double back. I'll meet you someplace along in here.
Right.
Okay.
Hi there. You plan on killing me, young fella?
No, sir.
Well, I think your gun does. It's pointed right straight at me. Well, now, that's better. You know, them things always make me jumpy. Guns got no conscience, you know. Know what I mean?
I'm sorry.
I'm Pete Burgess. Who are you?
Danny. Danny Sears.
Who you expecting, Danny?
I'm not expecting anybody.
Hey, that's a good-looking rifle you got there. Had it long?
Sure. A long time. Why?
Well, like I said, guns make me jumpy.
This can't hurt you. It's empty.
Well, that's the one thing in this world you don't take no man's word for, Danny. An empty gun. Come on, sit down. Let's chin a spell. Danny, my boy, you're in trouble. What is it, son? Did you do something wrong?
No, I didn't do it.
But they think you did, huh?
They think I shot Chet Bates,
Oh.
the kid next door. He put some bullets in his new .22. Then tried to get him out. It went off. It's all my fault.
Your fault?
I stole the bullets. It'd never happen if I hadn't stole the bullets. Now they're all after me. The cops, Mr. Bates, and even my own even Mrs. Nelson.
Nothing. Nobody I've talked to seen either one of them.
Well, Johnson and Turner are negative, too. Check the James Ranch. I'll be in touch with you.
Okay. If we draw a blank this time, I guess we start walking, huh?
It's all right.
Boy, Mr. Burgess, this is swell.
Well, that's no sissy sandwich, Danny. I made it myself. You know, Danny, you may not be in it as deep as you think. Police have a way of getting to the bottom of things, and it's smart to put your fate in their hands. Well, I remember one time when...
It's him. It's Mr. Bates. He's coming after me.
Well, all right, then. Now, you go right over in that little ravine and hide. And if I think you ought to make yourself scarce, I'll drop my hat. See? I'll get going. Hi.
Have you seen a young boy around here?
Boys are running through here all the time. Scare the squirrels half to death. It's kind of nice to have it quiet once in a while. Oh, care to sit down?
Oh, I'm looking for a young boy named Danny Sears. About 10. He has a gun. Have you seen him?
10 years old with a gun? Hey, that's pretty young.
Yeah, well, he stole it. In a box of shells. He's a menace.
Well, that sounds like a job for the police, not you.
It's a job for me. He shot my son.
How do you know he shot your son? What proof do you have?
He ran. That's proof enough. He ran.
Oh, mister, didn't you ever run from anything?
Look, what's the matter with you? What are you arguing with everything I say for? Did you see the kid or didn't you?
Well, in your state of mind, I don't know as I'd tell you if I had.
Oh, you old fool. You usually eat 2 sandwiches at the same time. Look, he was here. You've been stalling me.
Well, now, wait. This is wrong. This is all wrong.
Look, he is here, isn't he?
No, wait.
Now, get up. Danny! Danny! You might as well give up, you little sneak. How far will you drop?
$21.50 to 2016.
2016 by.
I've come up the road about 2 miles. I'm at the left fork. I'm going to a place called Pete's Lodge. 10-4?
10-4.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Matthews, Highway Patrol.
Mr. Matthews, I was just trying to call you.
What about?
You're looking for a boy, Danny Sears, 10 years old?
That's right. Where is he?
Well, right now, I'm not sure. But you got him all wrong. He didn't shoot that other boy. Danny's gun hasn't been fired.
Does he still get the rifle?
Well, I hope so. I might have helped him if I hadn't have twisted my ankle.
What do you mean, helped him?
Well, Bates came after him. I tried to hold him off, but I didn't do a very good job. Now, that was 15 or 20 minutes ago. You better get up there.
What's the quickest way?
Up the trail, about a quarter mile, you'll find a log. There's a little wash leads off to the right. Danny took that. Now, he's got a head start, but not much.
All right, I'll find it.
Danny! Danny, come out of there. Do you hear me, Danny? You're cornered, kid. You better come out now.
Mr. Bates, it was an accident.
You shot Chet, Danny.
No, I didn't. It was an accident, honest.
You come out here and tell me that lie to my face. Are you coming out? If not, I'm coming in after you. You're not getting away anymore.
Mr. Bates, if you don't leave me alone, I'll shoot you.
You shot Chet, all right. But I don't think you can shoot me, Danny.
I mean it, Mr. Bates. I will.
I'll give you one last chance to come out. All right, Danny. You've had your chance. I'm coming in after you.
Bates! Well, get back. I said get back.
That kid's in there with a loaded gun. He threatened to use it on me.
You're lucky he didn't. Now get out of here. Danny, can you hear me? I'm Matthews, Highway Patrol. Bates is not going to hurt you. Now come on out. We're not playing games. Come on out. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Put the gun down and come on out.
Leave me alone. If you don't leave me alone, I'll shoot you.
Danny, I want to talk to you. Do you understand? I have to. Come on out.
Leave me alone. Just leave me alone.
Mr. Matthews.
Yeah, what?
Just got a call from headquarters. Bates boy's going to be all right. Slug came from his own gun. They think sure it's an accident. Loading 2 binds. The kid probably tried to get the shell out.
I'm going to try something else. You two stay here.
Right.
I got news for you. Chet's gonna be all right.
I'm glad.
You want to come out and tell me how it happened, or should I tell you?
How do you know? You weren't there.
We have ways of finding out things. Chet felt pretty good about that gun of his. You did him one better. You had a gun and shells. He tried to load it and fouled up, shot himself. You got scared and ran. If I'm wrong, stay where you are. If I'm right, come on out.
It's okay. It's empty.
Let's go.
I don't know what to say.
You knew Danny was hiding there and you wouldn't tell us. You wanted to punish him yourself. Look, Danny's an orphan. Orphans get pushed around. Let me tell you something, Bates. They're not criminals. They're just kids. Remember that. Another thing. A gun isn't a toy. It's a killer. What do you say we get down to the hospital? Danny, we'll drop you over at the house. Your mom's waiting for you. Let's go.
See Highway Patrol again next week. Until then, remember, it isn't what you drive, but how you drive that counts. This is Broderick Crawford saying, see you next week.